Welcome back. Now, one of the things we most look forward to at Christmas is tucking into a big Christmas dinner. But what about those of us who don't eat meat? Well, Chef Paul Knapp has the answer with his delicious plant-based Christmas feast. Good morning.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm very good, thanks very much.
We were chatting briefly earlier on. Christmas is going to be a very busy time for you because you're working.
Working Christmas Day, and Stephen's Day, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of emergency services are as well. It's not just exclusive to me, so there's a lot of us out there doing it.
Well, we're forever grateful to you. But given the fact that you absolutely love to cook as well, are you going to be preparing some of these dishes in advance?
Well, actually, tomorrow we've got the retired members' Christmas dinner at the fire station, so we're going to be cooking for 45 lads in the fire station. There's lads there aged 70 down to age whatever it is that have retired, so it's a great day. They come in as old men and they leave as young men, which is really, really good.
Oh, that sounds fab, Paul. What are you going to make for them? This dish?
We'll have some roast beef, roast vegetables and stuff like that, but this will be here. I'm actually making this. This one here is going to be for my boss tomorrow, so Peter, this is for yourself, darling.
Okay. Better do it properly then.
Absolutely. So what we're doing is we're doing a twist on the classic beef Wellington, OK? So this is a caramelised red onion and portobello mushroom Wellington, OK? Really, really simple to do. What we do is we get the mushrooms and we just scoop out the kind of like the gills and take out the actual stalks. It can be a little bit woody, OK? A little bit of oil on there, a little bit of rosemary or a little bit of thyme, a little bit of garlic. That goes into the oven for about 10 minutes.
Rosemary, thyme,
okay?
Oil, garlic. Does it matter? Olive oil, rapeseed oil?
Any oil that you want,
lovely.
OK? And that just softens down. And what you'll get then is these lovely, soft and herby mushrooms,
Gorgeous.
OK? Throughout the year, I've done different dishes, and twice I've done caramelised red onions. And I like just to give people some things that they can put into their kind of culinary toolbox, and they can draw out on them as and when they need them.
Lovely.
So what we've got is some caramelised red onions, really, really easy to do. A couple of onions, slice them, just sweat them down with a lid on, then add in a couple of teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, a couple of teaspoons of brown sugar, and then just reduce it and it starts to caramelise.
On a simmering?
On a little low heat, and it just really low and slow, and it starts to caramelise.
All of this... me being selfish here, but I'm definitely going to make that. So there's a couple of onions on the
hob with a lid, sweat it down so it starts to get nice and kind of juicy.
Yeah. Sort of glistening.
Absolutely. Then add into that your balsamic vinegar and your brown sugar, and again, a lid on, just let the juices come out, and then take the lid off and let it evaporate. All of the recipe for the mushroom Wellington is up on AM's Facebook page as well as Virgin Media One's website, so everything is there, OK? So let's crack on with this. Puff pastry, shop-bought puff pastry, OK? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a layer on this, taste, texture and colour. We're going to put a layer of caramelised red onions. So again, they're really sticky, they're really sweet, and they're really, really tasty.
These tastes are really sweet, and you don't want one to take over from the beautiful
so
mushrooms.
nothing really takes away. The mushroom, once the mushroom is cooked, in the tray, you're going to get all the mushroom juice, the thyme, the garlic and stuff like that. So what we do is we get some spinach. There's 300 grams of spinach, and we chuck it into the tray, pop that back in for about 5 minutes, because you can put the fresh spinach on, but it's a bit lively. It's like trying to herd cats, you know, everything goes all over the place. But if you put that, it just puts manners on it.
Wilts it down a little.
Absolutely, yeah. So we just wilt this down a little bit. And again, taste, texture and colour. We're going to put a little bit of the green there, so we've got a little bit of red. We're going to put on there our mushrooms, OK? So we pop our mushrooms onto this. And this is a little dish that you can just make in advance and stuff like that, all right?
Now, I know this is plant-based for vegans out there, but this would also be a wonderful vegetable accompaniment to your meat and veg.
Yeah, I steer clear of the word vegan. Like, I like the word plant-based. I like the fact that this is just food. This is a mushroom. A mushroom isn't vegetarian or vegan, it's just a mushroom. Onions are just onions. Again, spinach is just spinach.
What kind of mustard do you have?
Whole grain or Dijon, it's entirely up to yourself.
OK.
So what we're doing is we're layering this, OK? So I'm going to put another layer of spinach on the top of that and another layer of red onion. So there, you can see the chunks of garlic are in here as well.
And the shop-bought puff pastry
shop-bought is dairy-free.
Totally substantial for this.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's dairy-free as well. You can make your own puff pastry, but why?
Yeah, well, you don't have to.
No, absolutely not. So again, what we do is we just layer that up like this, OK? What we're going to need next then is a little bit of egg wash, which I'll just put down here. Sorry about that.
This is just to turn the pastry a lovely golden colour.
This is actually just oat milk and some maple syrup.
OK.
So again, what we're going to use this for is a little bit of a glue and a little bit of a glaze. So we just roll that around there.
Lovely.
OK, because what we want to do is we actually just want to seal that as we roll that. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to literally
This is where we potentially mess up.
Oh, no, this is why we keep the paper on the bottom here, OK?
All right, so it's easy enough to do.
Absolutely. So we'll just roll that like that, OK? And we're just going to tuck the ends under.
Like you're wrapping a parcel?
Like you're wrapping a parcel, because what we don't want to do is we don't want all of this to start leaking out, OK? And we'll just get rid of the paper on the bottom.
OK, lovely.
Put that into the rubbish bin. And we're just going to tuck those ends over there, OK? So what you've got now is you've got this beautiful, wonderful parcel, OK? It's nice and layered. On top of this, we're just going to put on there a lovely little bit of the egg wash, OK?
When you took the mushrooms out of the oven, and indeed because you put the spinach in as well, presumably they're warm, they're hot.
Leave them cool down. Let everything cool down. Yeah. So what you want to do is you can just put the oven on put the mushrooms in, take them out, leave them cool, put the
Yes.
spinach in, do that, leave them cool. Make a big batch of these and leave them in the fridge for a week or two over Christmas.
Okay.
Take them out, eat them cold with some
Lovely.
cheese, whatever you want to do.
Because I have messed up puff pastry before by putting
warm
hot
into
food
it. Yeah,
onto
exactly. And that's the common mistake people make with the Wellington.
Yeah.
So it's lovely and cold. You can even chill that into the fridge for a little bit, okay?
Great.
Into an oven, 200 degrees, all right? And we're going to put that in there for around about 35 minutes.
Okay, lovely.
And that stays in there. And then what we get is this beautiful roasted,
Oh, look at
glazed...
that.
Mind you, on this.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
And I like the way
mushroom.
the design.
Just a
probably
little
ran
crispness
a
on
knife
there,
on it, did you?
And it's like any dish as well. We're just going to serve that. It's all about the accompaniments that it comes with, okay? So we're serving this now with some lovely roasted
gorgeous.
potatoes, roasted parsnips. There's some roasted Brussels sprouts there. So rather than cook them the traditional way, we've just roasted them with a little bit of smoked tofu, some garlic and some roast parsnips, okay?
Beautiful.
So what we do is we'll just cut this now.
And again, would you leave this to...
You can actually
don't need to leave it to rest. There's no meat
absolutely
in it, so...
So what you get is you get this beautiful in there. You get the mushroom, you get the onions, you get the spinach. Okay, that little bit there is the chef's treat.
Okay.
Okay, as we always have to have. Use a serrated knife. It's a little bit easier to cut.
Okay.
Okay.
And I suppose the beauty of this is that you can make a few at the same time. They don't take up a huge amount of room in the oven.
Absolutely.
Simple to cook.
And there you get this beautiful Wellington.
That's
okay?
gorgeous.
And then what we've got
you
then
see
is
the
we've got-
layers on that? I'll just turn this around.
Yep.
So impressive looking. And actually, it took you very little time.
It didn't, and that's exactly the same as the one that you
Look
got
at
there.
that.
So you can see the mushroom, you can see the spinach, you can see the red onion. And again, we'll serve that with some classic roasted vegetables. And what we've got there is a lovely little vegetable jus there, which is a posh word for gravy.
Monsieur Le Cag has wandered in.
Okay, so
Hi.
we just put a little bit of vegetable jus.
Ladies first.
And what I also wanted to showcase for you guys as well as some knife and forks there is...
Thank you.
What we've got is we've got everything here is plant-based. Everything here is just food at the end of the day. So it's a three-course meal. We've got some roasted cauliflower and garlic soup. We've got, obviously, our Wellington with our roasted vegetables. And what we finish up there with, guys, is our Christmas pudding, which is courtesy of the old fire station in Limerick from Marcy. She did a fantastic job for me. There's some Tia Maria and some dark chocolate in there. All of it's dairy-free with a lovely plant-based custard.
No, you see, that's
Tia Maria dark
gorgeous.
chocolate,
No,
yummy.
do you know what it is? Christmas for me is mince pies
Yeah.
and plum pudding.
Absolutely.
The turkey and the ham and all the rest of it, you can have that any other time of the year,
Really?
but you can only have them at Christmas,
That's
right?
your fave.
So I am going to skip to dessert, if you don't mind.
Walk away. Help yourself. Help yourself.
Who made this again?
This is from the old fire station restaurant in Limerick. Lovely Sean and Marcy McNamara. They're a lovely
Okay.
couple. They're really, really good to me. Thanks very much, guys.
And
Paul, this looks divine.
Tia Maria and chocolate.
Tia Maria and chocolate in there as well, yeah. So
See, it's the chocolate, I'm sorry.
I know. Listen, I hear you. But this, as a savoury dish,
Oh,
a great
absolutely.
alternative.
Yes, it's a really, really great.
I
And
love the simplicity of it.
It is. It's really easy. A little bit of prep. We like that, do we? We're good. Oh, we get the dance. How are you finding that one?
I don't get a wiggle on often, only for special things. Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's really nice, actually.
This is actually
That make you laugh,
beautiful.
my
It
wiggle.
did, yeah. You make me giggle a lot. This is gorgeous. The caramelised onions add
Yeah.
a real sweetness to it.
And again, with those really, really nice crispy roasted vegetables as well. You can't beat a crispy roast
beautiful.
potato. Again, roast
Okay,
vegetables.
Paul, you, very quickly, what's your tip for good roasting?
Roast potatoes, steam them a little bit, scuff them up so you get a nice kind of crispy coated area. Scuff them and toss them in oil into a hot pan with some hot oil and leave them in there for about 45 minutes. A nice Mary Piper or a rooster potato, nice and fluffy, nice and crispy and crusty on the outside.
Okay, goose fat,
Professional.
duck fat.
That's actually cooked just in rapeseed oil because if you,
There you go.
because we're vegetarians, you know what I mean. So yeah, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Some people actually don't like the goose fat or the duck fat or
No.
whatever it is in it. So
Yeah.
you can just use an oil. You'll still get the same as that. A little bit of rosemary in there and a little bit of roasted garlic.
I
So
love
it's
the
got-
texture
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely
Are-
gorgeous.
Does your religion allow you to eat this?
My religion, absolutely. The cult allow me, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The cult allow you to
No,
eat
they do,
this?
yeah, of course
Oh,
they do,
yeah,
yeah.
well,
Let's
that's
yeah.
keep digging in here. Paul, absolute pleasure. And as you said earlier on, all of the recipe details are up on our website.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, coming up after 9 on Ireland AM this morning, we're going to be looking ahead to this weekend's big movie releases at 9:20. All right there?
Oh, I'm very happy, boy.
I can see that or hear that. 9:35, our gadget guru, Colin Baker, is going to be here at the roundup with the best gadgets to get the party going. Stay tuned. See you in a few.